Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Repairs. Today I got a good one for you. You guessed it. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to set up and get my exhaust put on this 1973 Mustang Coupe. So as you can see, the first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself some jack stands. You want to, obviously, I coated my pipes already. I just got the pipes sitting in there right now. I got pads underneath them so I don't get them all scratched up. I use VHT header paint. It's high temp paint. I got a pretty good gap here. This pipe's a titch longer, so it's gonna have to get trimmed, and this one's gonna have to get trimmed too. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do there yet. I'm just gonna do that last. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get the exhaust set up. As you can see, deep in here, I got more stands and they're holding up the mufflers. Okay, it took me a while to figure out where everything had to go, so that's going to take a little bit of time. Going to get under here and show you what I'm going to do next. So, got the mufflers pretty level. They're pretty even on both sides. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack. I'm going to put this pipe where I want it. I can turn the pipe either way. It's got to have gap between the rear end, right? And it's got to be able to clear the shock. Okay? So I can turn it either way. So I got a couple marks there. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it where I want it and tack it. Now, you got to make sure everything's in place before you do that, obviously. So once I go ahead and get that tacked, then I'm going to make the pipe from the header here to the muffler. It's almost a straight shot. So this part should be pretty basic. I'm going to make it. As you can see, I was kind of experimenting with this over here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that just yet. I just put a little tack on that. I was making it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tack these pipes where they need to be. I'm going to keep the jack stands where they are. And I'm not going to worry about putting any hangers in or anything, because once I get this tacked, these pipes can't turn anymore. They'll be solid, so everything will be sitting pretty nice. Then I'm going to go ahead and make these pipes here. And I'll tune back in after I get both pipes tacked. And I'll show you how I'm going to make these pipes here in a titch. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, like I said, I already modified this. I needed to get a little bend here so the pipe would come down a little bit. So I got that just tacked in. And and then I took this piece of straight pipe and I went from here inside the muffler. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in because I don't have a cameraman yet. Okay. And then oh, looks like it's going to stay. So then I took I made a measurement right here. I took my marker and I marked this pipe to the muffler. Okay. Alright, you guys follow me so far? Alright, so I'm going to take this out. I'm going to cut the pipe right here. And then I'm going to take this 1/4 inch adapter and I'm going to cut it probably right here. Okay, follow me so far? And I'm going to take and put, this is where the muffler is right here. I'm hoping you guys can see that. I'm going to bring it up. So I'm going to take and weld this piece probably like right like that to give me a little bit more this part here is going to go inside the muffler. So when I get that done, I'll tune back in and I'll show you exactly how it fits. Okay, step by step. No cameraman. So, as you can see, I got the pipe back up in here. And I got that spacer in there. That just fills the gap from the pipe to the muffler a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pipe painted. And I'm going to weld this adapter all the way around, and then I'm going to tune back in, and I'm going to tack this pipe to the flange, and then we'll be secure, and I won't be able to take the pipe back out again. Then I'm going to weld it all the way around. So that's kind of how I'm kind of cheating it, but that's what I'm going to do on this side, and we're going to make something for the other side that looks like this side, and we're going to let her rip. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll tune back in a bit. Okay, I got my piece welded up and painted with the VHT high temp header paint, and then I also got my pipe sanded. I sanded with 180, and then I blow some VHT on it. Just wanted to give you an angle. Wanted to show you what the pipes look like here, the mufflers. Pretty sweet. Yep. I'm hoping you can see that. Kind of sucks working on your back, but that's the way it goes. See, there we go. See, the mufflers look pretty level. That's kind of what you're looking for. Get them level. As you can see, I got a bunch of wood underneath them to bring them up, bring them down, whatever you gotta do. So now it's just a straight shot to the H pipe, basically. So just wanted to give you an idea what that looks like there. And I showed you kind of what I was doing here. So I can put that extension in here. I'm going to put the pipe in to the muffler, and then I'm going to tack it. But I'm not going to tack it until I make the other side, at least get it close, and then I'll go ahead and do both at the same time. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this pipe in here. Hold on one sec. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's that little extender I made. So I got the pipe. It's pretty basic. Exhaust is a little, could be intimidating, you know, but if you kind of do it the way I'm doing it, do it and get the back done first, and then figure it out from there. I'm thinking this is the right way. So all I'm doing here is just gonna put the D.I.Y bob. I'm not gonna paint it because it's gonna go right inside the muffler. I'm gonna put the D.I.Y bob on the pipe like that, and I'm gonna stick it in the muffler. And then, because the muffler's got this much room in there, I can put this whole pipe in the muffler. So I'm gonna stick it in the muffler. Like that. Slide the extension in because that gives me another inch or two. And that's what it's going to look like. Basically. It doesn't want me to hold it there, so. So let's see if we can get somewhat of a visual there. So I'm going to weld it, weld it here, or tack it, and then tack it back at the muffler here. So I think that looks pretty sweet. It's not perfect, but it's got a nice angle to it, and we'll get the other side looking the same. So basically all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to tack it. I'm going to tack it in there, and I'm going to work on the other side. So I'll kind of show you how I made this piece over here. I'll show you how I did it. I had to ruin a couple pipes and it cost me $1 or $2, but that's kind of what you got to do if you're going to do your own exhaust. So I'll tune back in a bit. Okay, I got that pipe tacked in. As you can see, kind of a pain in the ass on the ground, that's for dang sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and make this piece now. I'm gonna show you how I made this piece. Real simple for this. And then I'm gonna make this piece, make it come down just a little bit, kind of like it's got that angle there. And then it's basically a straight shot to the muffler, kind of like that. I already made this piece here. I cut that off, so I got that little extension piece to go inside of here to make it fill the gap a bit. So let's go ahead and make this piece quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Then we'll make some measurements and get it tacked in. So basically I got this pipe laying around, or I bought this pipe, and it was the wrong one. I'm not going to return it. So what I did was I cut this section off because it's bigger, it expands. So this will go into the header pipe, the H pipe or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to cut it like right here, and then I'm going to use this little bend right here. So, or I could use this little bend too. I could use any one. I'm almost thinking this one looks better. This one's all bent up, dented and stuff. That's gonna be hard to, I'd have to take, well, I'll take the torch and beat that out, but that's what you're looking for. So if I look at that bend and I look at this bend, it's the same one. I like this one better because it's not all dented like that is. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to figure out what I want to do here. And then I'm going to weld this piece to this piece, and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, I got those two pieces cut. I marked it. As you can see, that's how I want it. I put it on the H pipe, and that's how I want it. That's how it's going to be. I actually made a wrong cut there, so I'll weld that up. Step by step. This is how it works at Rob's Repairs. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. It's going to help me grow. Yeah, step by step. This is how you do it. It's got a nice little bend. That's what you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and weld this up off camera, get it ground down, and then we're going to measure this pipe, and we're going to get that tacked in, and I'll show you what I got to do to get that done. Show you in a bit. Okay, I got the parts done. I got this piece welded up. Kind of ground the welds a little bit just to make it more presentable, and then I welded this spacer looking thing on there. And then I sanded the pipes, and then I sprayed that VHT on. So yeah, now the next step is to put the pipes in and get them welding up. So it's pretty simple. Just gonna basically put that pipe in. This one here just goes in there. Simple. And then that's with one hand. And then I'm just gonna tack it. Pretty much like that. And then I'm going to weld it up. So yeah, just wanted to show you how I'm doing the exhaust. Anybody can do it. It's a little overwhelming at first, but so anyway, I'm going to tack it on both sides. All the, the pipes, the muffler, and everything right here at the H pipe. Then I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna take and lower it. Just take that bottle jack out of there. I'm gonna drop it down. I'm gonna take the wood and the stands out. I'm just gonna drop the exhaust down, and then weld it up. So yeah, I'm not worried about getting it welded. So that's how it's gonna be. Just take the jack stands out, and the whole exhaust will be tacked in real solid, so it's not gonna come apart. I'm going to drop it down. It'll sit on top of the rear end, and it'll give me enough room to you know, to weld it, and then I'll grind the welds a little bit, and then I'm going to spray a little VHT over everything to kind of keep it all uniform so it doesn't rust. And then when I get that part of it done, I'll tune back in. Okay, I got the exhaust all welded up and painted. What do you think? I think it turned out pretty good. These pipes here, you know, we made them. And then straight pipe with that little filler. It's not perfectly pretty, but I don't know. Look at how they welded the muffler. This is how they welded the H pipe. I ground it down a little bit to make them look a little better. I just got the exhaust sitting down so I could weld it. Now the next step is to get it back up and put the hangers on it. So, and then we'll start it. I have not started it. I'm hoping that there's no holes, but if there is, I'll address them at a later date. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and jack the exhaust back up where it belongs and get the hangers on it, and I'll tune back in a bit. Okay, I got her all welded up and mounted up. I ended up putting the hangers right there, right off of my seat, back seat bolts. That worked out really good. I got good clearance around the rear end. Mufflers, pretty even. Ground down all the welds, and bends look pretty good up there by the drive shaft there at the H pipe. Yeah. Ended up making some brackets for the hangers here and back. Painted everything. Got my tips on. That was definitely a challenge to get everything to look right. Yeah. I had to make a bracket back here too. So I came off the frame over to the hanger, and that was the only way I could do it. So yeah, it looks pretty good this way. Got the tank in there, you know, everything's new. Balance. I ended up mounting the air shock D.I.Y bob right there, straighter valve. So there's a couple little nicks in the pipe I got to touch up with some paint I see from install. But other than that, I got her done. Let's fire it up. Yeah, let's fire it up. I'm just going to set the camera down right here. I'll set it down right there. I started it already. I had to because I want to make sure that there wasn't any leaks in the pipe. Just got to disconnect or connect the battery. I think it'll just fire right up. I had it running earlier. Yeah. Oh boy, smokes a little. It's running a little rich, but yeah, there you go. Not too bad. Sounds pretty good. Appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Car's looking pretty good. Still got a few more things to put on it. Just got the windshield put in it. Got to do the trim. Do a couple more things on the motor. Got to set the timing and all that good stuff. Rubbers. But the main thing is we got the exhaust done. I'm going to continue working on the back. Got to do the license plate light, put a couple rubbers in, get the plate on it, and touch up some of the exhaust stuff like I said, and just move forward and get her done. Antenna, steering wheel, got some interior stuff. Interior's all done actually, so yeah, she's looking. Front license plate, bracket, and all that crap. Just a couple little items left on it. So all the big stuff I think is done. Totally tickled with it, how far it's come. Yeah, like I say, I just wanted to show you how I do the exhaust here at Rob's Repairs, and totally appreciate you guys watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. It's going to help me grow. Totally appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.